Today we will see the second lesson. It is an interesting short story written by Alfred Gardiner. In this short story, he tells us that in our community, while living a life, we have to follow some restrictions, but that is not compulsory. These restrictions we have to follow by our own, because as a human being, we have to follow some restrictions. These restrictions means we have to behave good with our behavior must be good with others. We should be humble, we should be polite while behaving with others. That is important, because when we behave like a polite person, at that time we spread a goodwill between our community. And if we not behave like a humble or polite person, at that time we spread hatred, we spread anger in our society. And that's why writer said these manners are directly related to our everyday life. We have to say thank you, we have to say please. Sometimes I have to borrow a pen from someone else. At that time I should say, may I use your pen? And after completing my work, when I return that pen to the owner, at that time I should say thank you. So these are our manners, and we have to follow these manners. Otherwise we are not able to live in a society as a human being. But another thing is, writer said there is no compulsion to follow these manners. It is depend totally on ourselves. How to talk, how to behave, how to express ourselves. It is totally depend on ourselves. Because when we not behave like a polite person, that is not a harmful thing, or that is not a offense, or that is not a crime. There is no punishment for not behaving like a polite person. There is no punishment for a rude behavior, hatred behavior. So that is totally depend on us. How can we manage ourselves in our society? So here in this lesson, a writer tells us the story of a lift man and the employer of the city office. The young lift man in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. One day in the morning, the lift man, he threw out the employer of the city office, because when the employer entered into the lift, at that time he said talk. He said just talk. But the lift man's demand, his demand was he would say fulfilled by the employer, and that's why the lift man, he was angry about the employer. So he kicked the employer out of the lift, and when he kicked the employer, that was a crime, that was a punishable crime. So he was fined for that offense. He had done the wrong thing in the view of the law. And now I am explaining the first paragraph in Marathi. एका शहरातील ऑफिसमध्ये एक लिफ्टमध्ये लोकांना कोणत्या मजल्यावर पोहोचवण्यासाठी, खालून वरच्या मजल्यावर पोहोचवण्यासाठी असणारी व्यक्ती लिफ्टमॅन, ही एका लिफ्टमॅन आणि एका शहरातल्या ऑफिसमध्ये काम करणाऱ्या एका कर्मचाऱ्याची गोष्ट आहे. लेखकानं त्या दोघांचं एक उदाहरण दिलेलं आहे की सोशल मॅनर्स किती इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत, किती महत्वाचे आहेत. हाऊ मच सोशल मॅनर्स आर इम्पॉर्टंट, अँड द आन्सर इज व्हेरी मच इम्पॉर्टंट. एक दिवस सकाळी तो लिफ्टमॅन त्या शहरातील कर्मचाऱ्याला लिफ्ट मधून धक्का मारून बाहेर हाकलतो, आणि त्याचं कारण तो एम्प्लॉयर, तो कर्मचारी जेव्हा त्या लिफ्टमध्ये येतो त्यावेळेस तो फक्त त्या लिफ्टमॅनला सांगतो की तुम्हाला वरच्या मजल्यावर पोहोचव, मला वरच्या मजल्यावर जायचं आहे, तुम्ही मला तिथपर्यंत न्या. आणि यासाठी तो त्या लिफ्टमॅनला रिक्वेस्ट करत नाही, विनंती करत नाही, आणि त्यामुळं त्या लिफ्टमॅनला खूप जास्त राग येतो. बिकॉज ही वॉज इन्सल्टेड बाय द एम्प्लॉयर, बिकॉज ही वॉज नॉट सेइंग please, he was not talking with courtesy, he was not talking with politeness, and because of that the liftman was angry. After that incident he was fined for that incident or that offense. But through the point of view of the writer, there was no fault of liftman, because we have to follow some manners. After that, this of course was carrying a comment on manner too far. Discourtesy is not a legal offense. Discourtesy means not showing courtesy, not showing politeness means discourtesy. Discourtesy is not a legal offense, it is not a crime, and it does not excuse assault and battery. It is not a crime, and because of that we cannot say it is like an assault. If we think in a different way, then it is an assault on our pride. If someone should not talk politely with us. Definitely it is an assault on our pride, on our self-respect. But for that we cannot make complaint in police station or anywhere, because it is not considered as a crime. If a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. And if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate with reasonable violence. If a burglar means thief, if he breaks into my house, writer gives us another example. He said, if a thief breaks into our house, at that time the law has given us full permission to defend in front of that thief or burglar. लेखक म्हणतायत की जर एखाद दिवशी चोर आपल्या घरामध्ये शिरला, आपलं घर जर त्यानं फोडलं, तर कायद्यानं आपल्याला अशी परवानगी दिलेली आहे की आपण त्या चोराला अडवण्याचा प्रयत्न करू शकतो, आपण स्वतःला वाचवण्याचा प्रयत्न करू शकतो. अँड दॅट इज नॉट ए क्राईम, आणि तो गुन्हा ठरत नाही. इफ आय एम फिजिकली असॉल्टेड मीन्स द थीफ अटॅक्ड ऑन मी, जर त्या चोरानं माझ्यावर हल्ला केला, at that time I would have permission to retaliate. I would have permission to take vengeance on that thief. That was not also a crime. आपण त्या चोराला उत्तर देऊ शकतो त्याच्याच भाषेत, आणि तो सुद्धा गुन्हा ठरत नाही. जर चोरानं माझ्यावर हल्ला केला तर मी सुद्धा चोराला त्याच्याच भाषेत उत्तर देऊ शकतो, आणि तो सुद्धा गुन्हा ठरत नाही कायद्याच्या भाषेत. बट वी शुड फॉलो रिझनेबल व्हायलन्स. वी शुड नॉट किल एनीबडी. वी शुड मेक हिम अनकॉन्शियस. आपण त्याला बेशुद्ध करू शकतो, इतकी आपण त्याला मारहाण करू शकतो, पण आपण कोणालाही ठार करू शकत नाही. कायदा आपल्याला तशी परवानगी देत नाही. इट डज दिस बिकॉज द बर्गलर अँड माय assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law. कायदा याची परवानगी देतो कारण त्या चोरानं त्यानंच कायद्याचा भंग केलेला असल्यामुळं त्याला प्रतिकार करण्यासाठी कायदा आपल्याला परवानगी देतो. assailant means attacker, an attacker. assailant आणि बर्गलर म्हणजे चोर आणि हल्ला करणारा, हल्लेखोर यांनी कायद्याचा भंग केलेला आहे, आणि त्यामुळं कायदा आपल्याला सुद्धा परवानगी देतो की आपण सुद्धा त्यांना त्यांच्याच भाषेत प्रतिकार करू शकतो, उत्तर देऊ शकतो. But no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners. Now, here the writer said, while talking about bad manners are not considered as an offense. It is not considered as a crime. So, there is no law against bad manners. Or could sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. कायदा हा आपल्याला एखाद्या व्यक्तीचं वर्तन चांगलं नाही म्हणून त्याला शिक्षा करण्याची परवानगी देत नाही किंवा त्या व्यक्तीच्या वर्तनाबद्दल त्याला शिक्षा व्हावी असा सुद्धा कोणताही कायदा नाही. किंवा एखाद्या व्यक्तीचं आपल्याला वर्तन आवडलं नाही, त्याचं वर्तन चुकीचं आहे. इफ द पर्टिक्युलर पर्सन इज हॅव्हिंग ए रूड बिहेवियर, बॅड बिहेवियर and insulting behavior, at that time also the law has not given permission to use violence, to make violence against that person. And our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is reasonable. In this matter, in city office employer and the liftman, our sympathy will be with the liftman, and at the same time we feel the law must be reasonable. Law should suggest something for the people with bad manners, ill manners. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voices or the scowl on their faces. If we have liberty, if we have freedom to fight with the people of bad manners, to fight with the people having ill manners, if we talk with our fist, then there will be no people having bad manners or ill manners. But the law has not given permission to talk with the people like this. Sometimes we should not like their behavior. Sometimes we should not like their tone of the voice. Sometimes we should not like their gestures on their faces. But we can't do anything about it. Our feet would never be idle, and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day. If we can use our fist, means our hand, appropriately against these people who are having bad manners or ill manners, then our gutters of the city will be flowing full of blood, and people will realize their mistakes. So, in the first paragraph, writer said, manners are important. We have to follow manners. We must be humble. We must be polite while talking with anyone, elder than us or younger than us. We have to follow some manners. we have to use polite words, humble words. We should appreciate their work. We should say thank you. We should say please before saying anything in appropriate manner. We should greet others as per present time. Like if we are talking in the morning, before we start the conversation, we have to say good morning, how are you? If we are talking with someone in the afternoon, at that time also we have to say good afternoon. So these are all manners. In the first paragraph, writer said bad manners are not punishable crime. It is just a thing. It is just a characteristic of behavior. But as per my concern, a writer wants to tell us that as a human being, we have to follow manners. Because if we follow manners, then we will be different from animals. It is my view. It is my concern. So we must follow some manners. It is important for our society. It is important for spreading good gesture, goodwill between our community, between our society. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. A writer said, people are thinking like they are not following manners. They will be rude. Their behavior will be hatred, full of hatred, and there will be no law against this type of behavior. So they will be free for doing whatever they want to do. But in our society, it is not a good thing. I may be haughty or boorish, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. If we behave badly, if we talk rudely, then people just say this is a rude behavior. This person is not good. This person is not humble. But they cannot file a complaint against me or against anyone in the police station or anywhere. So some people, they are taking advantage, bad advantage of this type of freedom, this type of liberty. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities and any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. A writer said, the law of any country in the world. There is no compulsion made by the law or made by the country to say please or to say thank you. कोणतेही लेखक म्हणतात की कोणत्याही देशानं तुमच्यावर बंधन घातलेलं नाही की तुम्ही कृपया असं या शब्दाचा उल्लेख केला पाहिजे. तुम्ही एखाद्या व्यक्तीने तुम्हाला मदत केल्यानंतर तुम्ही त्या व्यक्तीला धन्यवाद दिले पाहिजेत असं तुमच्यावर कोणतंही बंधन नाही. किंवा तुम्ही इतरांशी बोलत असता, while talking with other people, while talking with a stranger, what would be your tone? तुमचा आवाज कसा असावा? तुम्ही जेव्हा अनोळखी व्यक्तीशी बोलत आहात, तुम्ही इतर कोणाशी बोलत आहात त्यावेळेस तुमच्या आवाजाचा टोन कसा असावा याच्यावर सुद्धा कायद्याचं कसलंही बंधन नाही. But we are human being and we are living in a society, so we have to follow these manners. It is not compulsory, but it is necessary for the healthy relation with our neighbors, with our acquaintances. Someone can say, I will not wax my mustache. That is his personal wish. Or someone can say, I will not dye my hair or not wear ringlets down my back. All these things are related with the person's personal wishes. We cannot make obligations about dyeing the hair or waxing the mustache or wearing the ringlets. आपण कोणावरही बंधन घालू शकत नाही. या तिन्ही गोष्टी एखाद्या व्यक्तीला त्याच्या मिशा काढायच्या नसतील तर आपण त्याच्यावर बंधन घालू शकत नाही. ती त्या व्यक्तीची वैयक्तिक गोष्ट आहे. किंवा एखाद्या व्यक्तीला त्याचे केस रंगवायचे नसतील तरी सुद्धा आपल्याला पाहताना ते कसंही दिसत असलं तरी सुद्धा ती सुद्धा त्या व्यक्तीची वैयक्तिक गोष्ट आहे. बट we cannot say this, we cannot say same with the manners, because manners are important, because while talking with the people we have to follow manners, so that is not personal. It does not recognize the laceration of our feelings as a case for compensation. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. When someone's behavior is rude, when someone's behavior is not humble, at that time we feel bad. We feel that is an attack on our pride, that is an attack on our self-respect. But at the same time we cannot say we can go to police station, we can file a complaint, because we are hurt mentally, we are hurt by words, but that is not a crime in the view of the law. So, writer said there is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters because of bad manners, ill manners, hatred words, insulting words. We are damaged. We are damaged morally. We are damaged intellectually. But that is not a crime. So, writer said we should decide how should we talk, how should we behave, how should we maintain the goodwill gesture between our community. That is important. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. In the first paragraph and second paragraph, a writer said these damages are intellectual, moral, and we can't demand or we can't find a complaint, we can't demand punishment for this type of manners. But in the third paragraph, a writer said all these damages are not negligible. Negligible means we cannot ignore these damages. It is probable that the lift man was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shins, for which he could have got a legal redress.